VC, what's going on? It's LJ coming at you again from the snowy back country in Massachusetts. No shit, snowing again. Check this out. This is what it's looked like for the past month or so. Just one snowstorm after another. Not all that bad. I think the greatest drop in probably around 10 inches of snow on or around us, kind of dependent on where you live out here. But it's been awesome. I mean, I love this time of year. The cold temperatures, the snow, hibernating inside or getting the snow machines out and going outside. The wildlife it attracts is crazy. I mean, check this out. All the deer wandering all over the yard at this point, just looking for something to eat. This is just, I love it. I could not live without the seasons. I've said it a million times. I love it here. And this kind of stuff, you know, when you look out your window in the morning and you see, you know, deer hopping around on their hind legs looking to nibble on a pine tree, or a whole family of them just kind of casually walking around the property. That's just awesome. Onto the vinyl. Before we do that, Tony and the Captain, Say It Ain't So, man. A little muskrat love. 70 odd years old and you're filing for divorce. Oh, come on. Love is supposed to keep you all together. So here's a bunch of stuff that's popped up over the past couple of 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Stuff that's been hanging around that I'm just getting to. Some new stuff. All that good stuff. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's get this party underway. First, I finally grabbed the reissue of Iron Maiden 7th Son of the 7th Son. I have original copies of all the Maiden albums. I've had them for years. And I'm slowly just starting to pick these up when they turn up at a good price. So here's 7th Son of the 7th Son. And for everyone that says, you know, they sound like crap, the reissues, the picture discs, that they don't. You know, there's been plenty of people in the VC, really nicely done, that have done some great reviews on the packages. And with the exception of the first one, the self-titled release, the rest of them actually sound fine. You know, sound like standard picture discs, but there's no glaring issue or reason not to pick this up. This sounded fine. It's a great album. Next, we got to dip back, heading to Moxie. Oh man, this one has been a long time coming. It took a long time for me to find Moxie's first album in great shape. Whoever's bright idea it was to put that on a black cover back in the day wasn't thinking. Ringware, this album got partied to death. You know, if you're not familiar with Moxie, the first 3 albums, man, Buzz Sherman, this is just classic 70s Canadian rock at its absolute best. And I think it's going to be a huge year for me for Canadian rock. Just diving in and rounding out those Canadian rock corners. So much epic stuff. Here's one of the only Whitesnake albums I was missing. And I found this for, I don't know, $5, I think, a couple of, maybe a week or so ago. I absolutely had to grab it. Saints and Sinners is an epic album, if not just for the original version of Here I Go Again, which would resurface 5 years later. Great album. Maybe one of my first true garage rock records. Here Are the Chesterfield Kings. This is on Mirror Records. Okay, so garage is new to me, following Garner's lead. You know, and I picked this one up and he said, you got a winner. There's a quote here that says, these boys sound like the Rolling Stones, Johnny Lee Hooker. And that is not far off at all. This is spun 3 or 4 times. It's absolutely outstanding. You know, for as far as 80s garage rock revival goes, I'm not going to speak like an expert because I'm not one, but that was an excellent rock and roll album. Here's a duplicate of Rush Hemispheres that popped up. I have a couple of these. I'm trying to think of why I grabbed this one. It must be a master disc. An early pressing, and if I remember right, turned up in really nice shape, which never happens. This is a Gilbert Kong master disc. Sounded excellent. I'm not sure what my other one is. I'd have to take a look whether it's a Bob Ludwig or a Gilbert Kong, but it is another master disc. Everyone's seen this before. This is gatefold. Again, it's one of those that I picked up a while ago and just hadn't spun yet, but I'll always grab Rush. This was a cool album. Speaking of one that doesn't turn up often, here's Blue Oyster Cult's Imaginos. What a fantastic epic version of Astronomy on this album. This is from 1988 and is just insanely difficult to find. I went online to pick this one up. I'm glad I did. Nothing super special about the label, just a Columbia label. Except now I think I'm only missing one more Blue Oyster Cult album. So for that alone, it was worth the grab. It's an excellent album. This was cool. I had waited a long time to get this one in the collection. This was a recommendation from Greeno. Blood of the Sun, Burning on the Wings of Desire. What a fantastic album. Do you like your hard rock straight out of the 70s? Drenched in Hammond organ, fuzz guitars, just authentic. Everything about it, authentic 70s rock. You will dig Blood of the Sun. The drummer for the band is actually selling copies of this on eBay. It's been outstandingly expensive for a long, long, long time. And this was dirt cheap when it turned up on eBay. And there's another one from them online on eBay as well. So Blood of the Sun, man, if you haven't checked them out, they had Derek St. Holmes from Nugent singing for them on one album. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just get the Hammond out and go for it. 74 all over again. Fire up the CUDA, you're off. I've got the only Rat album I think I was missing besides the newest one. I don't know why I did not have this on vinyl. I could have sworn I did, but here's 88's Reach for the Sky. What a great album. And this has my favorite Rat song ever, which is I Want a Woman on it. Now, if you know Rat, you know what the album sounds like. It is what it is. This popped up 5 or 6 months ago. Here's Tarzan. This is a gold stamp promo. It's on the front here. And this is from 1985. Just lesser known MTV metal kind of stuff. It's not really hair metal, but it's not new wave or British heavy metal either. Kind of straddles the line in between. This is a great hard rock album, like heavy metal. Check it out online. Check out Tarzan online and you'll get what I'm saying. Great album. And here's another one I just never picked up. I have the original, but here's Megadeth's So Far, So Good, So What. This is the reissue, and it's one of those that it's kind of always been on the list. Here's the original inner. When I see the reissue, I'll grab it, and that's a good stopping point too. Here's a vinyl, just same as the old Capitol label, but all these albums are starting to come out, like what you hear in the background. The Kiss reissues are coming out. I have all the Kiss albums, originals, and they're in great shape. So here come the 180 grain reissues. 35, 40 bucks a piece. As a Kiss diehard, I'm tempted, but shit, why? Are you kidding me? At 40 bucks a piece, I should go drop 400 bucks on Kiss records that I own? It's not going to happen. With the exception of the couple new ones that have never been out on vinyl before or hard to find, I'll grab those. But I'd much rather grab something like this, and I've had this for years. This is Electric Magic, live from East Lansing, Michigan in '74. This is raw, early Kiss. This is on an independent label. This is just epic. And it's what you can hear in the background. And hey, 2014, did I hear Kiss got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Right there. That says enough. See, speaking of duplicates, this turned up. Here's Tommy. I must have 5 copies of this album, but what I didn't have up until now was just an original press, this gorgeous on Decca. So I think everybody is seeing the inside of this. Now, I have a couple near mint later 70s, 80s MCA, but this turned up in both records in their original Decca sleeves. This is just unreal, and this was as close to dead mint of an original Decca pressing as you can get. And it was cool to go online and read. I mean, I'd love a UK first original. I've heard they sound really good. But a lot of people slamming the Deccas, the early Deccas, saying they sound terrible. Do these people listen to this stuff? Do you own the record? Have you listened to it? Because it sounds fine. Unless you're one of those people that's going to say you have like Doberman Pinscher ears and you can hear frequencies and tones that physics would dictate you actually can't. They sound awesome. Go for it if you see one. Speaking of early metal, here's Highway Chili. Wow, I digressed there big time. Highway Chili, Storybook Heroes. This is, where did this start? Forget it, whatever. This is Dutch heavy metal, sorry, from the Netherlands. Absolutely awesome, just that great early 80s Saxon or late 70s Saxon sound. It's a promo copy on Mirrors. Saxon, early Scorpions, Judas Priest around that time, late 70s. This was excellent. Definitely worth picking up. There's 2 more here, and then we'll cut to part 2. Here's a copy of Sabotage, a record we've all seen a million times, except this is a UK press, which I didn't have and made it worth picking up. It's very cool. Paper-thin jacket, of course. The original inner, and standard Warner Brothers label. Actually, it says Made in USA. I don't think that got Frankenstein. Maybe. I don't know, I'll have to check into it later. But it's a UK jacket, and for $1, absolutely. And here's a killer album, Vendetta. I've had this for months, and I was just spinning it the other day. This is absolutely epic. Nicky Buzz has gone on to do other stuff. Terry Fox, I know, has been in some other stuff too, but 1982, just fantastic heavy metal. I mean, if you like Priest's Screaming for Vengeance from right around that same time, or Number of the Beast, this would spin perfectly alongside as a companion to any one of those. That is part 1. I got part 2 coming up. There's another stack here I want to show you guys. Stay tuned, tune in, and thanks for watching. Later.